Greek mythology, the creation of Prometheus. Prometheus was born to the Titan Iapetus and the Oceanid Clymene. Prometheus, whose name means forethought, was known for his wisdom and ability to see the future. He foresaw the defeat of the Titans in the Titanomachy and, along with his brother Epimetheus, surrendered to the Olympian gods. Thanks to this, they were spared from severe punishment after the war. He was allowed to remain as a god just below the 12 Olympians. Prometheus looked upon this empty world and felt a deep sense of purpose. Then Zeus provided to Prometheus and Epimetheus with various gifts and abilities to bestow upon the creatures they would create. Epimetheus, without much thought, began creating various creatures recklessly. He began distributing the gifts to the animals first. He gave them strength, speed, courage, and various other attributes to ensure their survival. However, by the time he finished, he realized he had used up all the gifts and had nothing left to give to the creatures Prometheus was creating. Meanwhile, Prometheus decided to create beings that could appreciate the beauty of the world and live in harmony with it. Although he was disappointed that Epimetheus had given all the gifts to the animals, he believed that creating beings in the image of the gods would allow them to reach their highest potential. He wanted his creation to have the noble qualities of the gods. He observed the gods and their divine qualities, admiring their strength, intelligence, and beauty. Prometheus gathered clay from the earth and created humans in the image of the gods. He sculpted each detail with great care, ensuring that his creation would be both strong and graceful. As he worked, he thought about the qualities he wanted to imbue in these new beings. He wanted them to have intelligence, creativity, and the ability to feel emotions. Prometheus also wanted humans to have the capacity for growth and learning. Once he had finished shaping the first human, he called upon Athena, the goddess of wisdom. Athena descended from Olympus, curious about Prometheus's creation. She was impressed by the intricate details and the thoughtfulness behind the design. Athena breathed life into the clay figure, giving it a soul and consciousness. The first human opened its eyes, took its first breath and looked around in wonder. Prometheus smiled, seeing his creation come to life. Prometheus continued to create more humans, each one unique and special. He taught them how to build shelters, find food, and create tools. However, humans were weak and vulnerable. He saw that humans were living in darkness, cold, and fear, without the means to improve their lives. Unlike the gods, humans were fragile and weak, struggling to survive in a harsh world. Prometheus felt a deep sense of compassion for humans and wanted to help them. He knew that fire was a powerful tool that could transform human life. However, fire was a divine element, guarded by the gods, especially Zeus. Prometheus felt deep sympathy for humanity, who were living in darkness and ignorance. Determined to help them, Prometheus decided to steal fire from the gods and give it to mankind. He knew this act would anger Zeus, the king of the gods, but he was willing to take the risk. In the heart of Mount Olympus, Hephaestus's forge blazed with an intense heat, the air thick with the scent of molten metal and the rhythmic clang of hammer on anvil. One night, under the cover of darkness, Prometheus made his way to Hephaestus's forge. Hephaestus was not present, having retired to his chambers for the night. The forge was a marvel to behold, with intricate tools and half-finished creations scattered around. The centerpiece was the eternal flame, burning brightly in the hearth. Prometheus knew he had to act quickly. He took a small torch and carefully lit it with the divine fire. The flame flickered and danced, casting shadows on the walls of the sacred chamber. He retraced his steps, careful not to make any noise that might wake the gods. Prometheus descended Mount Olympus with the precious fire, his mission accomplished. He showed them how to use fire, a gift he had stolen from the gods. With fire, humans could cook food, stay warm, and protect themselves from wild animals. Zeus, the king of the gods, soon noticed the smoke rising from human settlements. He realized that Prometheus had defied him and given fire to humans. Enraged, Zeus decided to punish Prometheus severely. He ordered his servants, Kratos and Bia, to capture Prometheus. Kratos and Bia seized Prometheus and dragged him to the remote Caucasus Mountains. There, they found a towering rock where Prometheus would be bound. Using unbreakable chains forged by Hephaestus, the god of blacksmiths, they secured Prometheus to the rock. Prometheus struggled, but the chains were too strong. As Prometheus was being chained, Zeus boldly predicted that he too would one day be overthrown by his son, just like Uranus and Cronus. This prophecy enraged Zeus, who then condemned Prometheus to an even harsher punishment. Every day, an eagle would come to eat Prometheus's liver, which would regenerate each night, causing him endless torment. But Prometheus's prophecy instilled deep fear in Zeus, and he began to worry about his own downfall. Later, Zeus sent Hermes to negotiate with Prometheus to solidify his rule. Hermes offered Prometheus freedom in exchange for the name of the child who would overthrow Zeus. In fact, the sea nymph Thetis was destined to give birth to a son who would be greater than his father. And if Thetis and Zeus were to have a child, that child could threaten Zeus' rule. However, Prometheus refused to reveal the secret, enduring his punishment with unwavering resolve. As a result, Prometheus endured 30,000 years of torment, with the eagle devouring his liver daily. Prometheus endured this torment for centuries, his cries echoing through the mountains. One day, while performing his 12 labors, Heracles found himself in the remote and desolate Caucasus Mountains. As he climbed higher, he heard anguished screams echoing through the mountains. Curious and concerned, Heracles followed the sound to its source. There, he saw Prometheus bound to a massive rock, his body ravaged by daily torture. An enormous eagle was tearing at Prometheus's liver, causing him immense pain. Heracles was horrified by the sight and felt deep compassion for Prometheus. He approached Prometheus and asked him about his suffering. Prometheus explained how he had been punished by Zeus for giving fire to humanity. Moved by Prometheus's story, Heracles decided to help him. He took his bow and arrow and aimed at the eagle. With a precise shot, Heracles struck the eagle, killing it instantly. And he used his immense strength to break the chains and set Prometheus free. Prometheus is finally free after 30,000 years of suffering. Zeus allowed this act of mercy, as it was part of a prophecy. Prometheus, though free, had to wear a ring with a piece of the rock as a reminder of his punishment. Prometheus, grateful for his freedom, vowed to continue helping humanity in any way he could.